All set to kick things off then. Okay. I have the incredible honor, Trisha Ben, CEO of C-Suite Network. I have the incredible honor of introducing Kathleen Caldwell, who is the CEO of Caldwell Consulting Group, and also the founder of the C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council, and the Women's Success Thought Leadership Accelerator. Kathleen leads this space of what it means to provide excellence in terms of our coaching, our consulting, how we are leading those that we're working with to great success, and however that's defined in terms of their business and their leadership and their communities and so on. So the topic today at the Women's Coaching and Consulting Council obviously is an extraordinary one, and there's so much buzz about it. And we have our faculty leader, Christina DiGiacomo, leading us through this with Kathleen in the month of love, as Kathleen, I know, will point out to all of us. So Kathleen, thank you so much. I'm going to hand things over to you to really kick us into a great conversation today.
Trisha Ben, thank you. And big shout out to you. Take yourself off mute and let's just say, Trisha Ben. Yes. Excellent.
Trisha Ben.
Love it. Love it. I hope that was the only time today that you had that kind of welcome, Trisha. Very, very nice.
Great. Fair enough.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, we're so glad that each of you are here today. And for Christina and I, this really is an expression of love and fun and all good things. And so you're really in for a treat today. I'm going to show a couple slides and then we're going to get right into Christina DiGiacomo's presentation, because we know you came here not only to know about ChatGPT, but also something that maybe you didn't even know until today about the relevance of Groundhog Day. Anybody know today's Groundhog Day? Yes.
I forgot.
We celebrate Groundhog Day. So let me show you a couple slides here, because I'm really proud of our beautiful little town. I live in Woodstock, Illinois. And again, Kathleen Caldwell, just so glad to be here with each of you. We've got just such a great program. And I'm so honored to share with you. Today is the 30th anniversary of the movie Groundhog Day. Who knew this? Really, really cute. Yes. And there you go. And the movie is just a great fun flick. So if you have something this weekend, you had a little time, I highly recommend pop on the great movie, download it. And also I will say, I am the proud owner of Groundhog Day. I don't want to say it's a requirement for living in the city of Woodstock, Illinois, but it sure is a nice thing to have. And I would also show you my little groundhog, my little stuffed groundhog, but I gave him to a friend to hold for me today. So since it's a holiday, but the premise of Groundhog Day is really a fun one, but in a way, it really relates to ChatGPT, because as you know, and is really something is with Groundhog Day, Bill Murray plays the TV anchor man, Phil Connor. And it's so funny because Phil Connor wakes up every day thinking that it's the same day replaying every day. His alarm clock goes off, and some say that the alarm clock in Groundhog Day should have won a supporting actor award or actress award because it's such a preeminent important part of the movie Groundhog Day. But he wakes up every day and he's reliving the same day over and over and over again. And he finally gets the clue that maybe he can have a different outcome for that day. So this is the picture of the actual alarm clock from Groundhog Day. And of course, we in Woodstock, Illinois, we are so proud of our Groundhog Days. If you'd like to come to Woodstock, Illinois, we will welcome you with a walking tour of the movie Groundhog Day. And today at 7:07 this morning, there was the prognostication in Woodstock, Illinois, and in Pennsylvania with Puxtahani Phil and our Woodstock Willie that they saw their shadow. So we are going to have 6 more weeks of winter. So whether you believe that or not, it's all good. But I also love the movie Groundhog Day because my beloved husband's office at Caldwell Burner and Caldwell Law Firm was right at Ned's Corner, the little corner where there's some fun action happening. So what does this have to do with ChatGPT? Okay, there's a correlation here. And can you relate with Bill Murray's character, because you're finding like maybe you feel like you're living the same day over and over and over again, just a different day on the calendar. That you're finding that, hey, as a coach, consultant, trusted advisor, thought leader, in your company or within a corporation, that what you're doing seems to take a long time, that you're trying to create new content and there's so much detail, so many details. Maybe you're feeling a little bored, frustrated, or feeling maybe, I'm not able to keep up. Maybe I'm feeling a little irrelevant with this fast pace of technology. And maybe you're also feeling like you want to have a competitive and a creative edge. Don't we all need that? Okay. So that's the thing with ChatGPT and with Groundhog Day is we don't have to live the same day over and over and over again. And you as leaders on this call, you don't want to stick your head in the sand. We know that for sure, that you are wanting to move ahead and do innovative and creative things. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here for sure. We know that you in your life and in your profession, in your business, you want to be that lighthouse, the shining the light for others in your community and around the world. So we'll just say you're all light showers like the lighthouse, because there are stormy seas, no doubt about it. We don't know what's going to happen with the economy, with politics, with COVID aftermath. I mean, there's all kinds of uncertainty, and we can be that lighthouse, but we've got to be equipped with the right tools. And I'll just mention finally, before I jump in and introduce Christina, if Microsoft is making a big investment and they see tremendous potential with ChatGPT, they just made a 14 billion with a B investment in ChatGPT and OpenAI. I think if they're making those kind of investments, we need to open our eyes to see what's happening out there. And it's amazing. I talk to folks all day about this, and I get two different reactions. One is like, well, I don't trust that, and I don't want to even know anything about it. And then I have another camp, like all of you, is like, interesting. I should probably know more about that. So that's why Christina and I wanted to present this program to you today, because this is leading edge. And in our council, we are committed to bringing you leading edge ideas and concepts, not the bleeding edge, but certainly the leading edge. So with that, I'd like to bring to the podium Christina DiGiacomo, an esteemed faculty member with C-Suite Network Women's Coaching and Consulting Council. Christina is a thought leader within C-Suite Network and the founder of the Philosophers Council and the Philo Club. Christina is doing all kinds of really interesting things in her business and her life, and she's the author of Wise Up at Work. Highly recommend each of you get this great book. Have an autographed copy, keep it close to my heart here. So with that, I'd like to turn the podium over to you, Christine. I'd like to stop my sharing and bring you forward. And take yourself off mute. Let's give Christina a round of applause. Welcome her to the stage. Woohoo!
Thank you so
Awesome,
much.
Christina.
Thank you, Kathleen. And hi, everyone. I am so happy that I see some familiar faces in the group and some new people, which is always really great. So thank you so much for making the effort to come. I'm really excited about sharing with you kind of what I've been exploring about ChatGPT. So I'm just going to start my presentation. Okay, so just do full screen. Okay, can everyone see that? We're good? Okay, so let's chat about ChatGPT. So I'm going to go through a little bit about what it's about, and also talk through some of the things that I've encountered, the benefits of ChatGPT and some of its limitations, and then also how you can actually use this in your thought leadership, in your business, and even if you just need a little bit of inspiration. So just a little bit more about me. I became really passionate about philosophy about 12 years ago, and I was using the things that I learned in these adult education courses about philosophy in my work as an executive and as a leader. And after some time, I realized, hey, there's a really strong connection between philosophy and business and all sort of aspects about business, whether it's organizational purpose, leadership development, team engagement, how organizations manifest to the outside world and articulate their purpose. And so I just decided to say, hey, you know what? I really want to do this as a business. And it's been a really incredible journey. And if you're reading this slide, it should give you an overview of who I am. The other interesting thing about this slide is it was written by ChatGPT. So I use ChatGPT to actually create, I asked it, can you write an elevator pitch for a philosophy and business advisor? And this is what it came up with. So, are you looking to infuse your business with a sense of purpose and meaning? I am a thinking partner and leadership advisor, and I can help you create a company culture that aligns with your values and drives success. By incorporating ancient wisdom and modern philosophy, I work with business leaders to develop a clear vision and strategy for their business and empower their teams to lead with integrity and purpose. So, just to give you a sense of what's possible, I did this for this slide. So, what is ChatGPT? Now, I'm just going to talk through very simply what it is. There is a lot of conversation, a lot of technical jargon around it, but essentially it's an AI chatbot. So a bot meaning a software program. The chat piece is that it interacts with you in a conversational way. It was created by OpenAI. And you'll see the URL for openai.com. This is where you can access ChatGPT. And don't worry, I'm going to show you screenshots. I'm going to talk through this a little bit more. But it's really important that you understand that there are many, many different ChatGPTs out there. And the reason for that is ChatGPT, or GPT, stands for Generative Pre-Trained Transformer. Okay, very, very technical. So GPT is the protocol. ChatGPT is what OpenAI created. And this is what's causing all, people to lose their minds right now. So essentially what you do is you type things into a field and ChatGPT responds to you. You can ask it questions. You can have it write things in any style you want. It's a lot of fun and also useful. And we're going to talk about the useful part. So this is just in general what it's supposed to do and what it's all about. Okay. So this is from the OpenAI website. This is really to give you a sense that this is beyond Googling. And it's not really, it's something a little bit more advanced than just searching, okay? ChatGPT can answer follow-up questions. So if you ask it something and it responds to you, you can ask it to clarify, you can ask it follow-up questions. Sometimes it admits that its construct or its logic may be incorrect. And it also challenges anything that you put into it if your logic is wrong or your premise is wrong. And it also rejects inappropriate content. So OpenAI is, Reed Hastings is an investor in OpenAI, and the team that are running OpenAI are really interested in making sure that AI is safe. And so they're already infusing the program with measures where you're not really experiencing anything toxic. So So they're really keen on rejecting anything that would inform the artificial intelligence about anything really inappropriate. So this is kind of getting into artificial intelligence, which I can't claim I'm an expert in, but there is a piece to that around AI safety. Okay, essentially, you can look at ChatGPT as being able to chat with a friend who just so happens to have all the information in the known universe prior to 2021 and can talk about it in however, or talk about whatever you want in however you want. And we'll get to that in a second, what I mean. So, okay, so the narrative around ChatGPT is usually falling into two camps. One, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, or it's AI and it's going to turn into the Terminator and it's going to kill all humans. So it's either sliced bread or we're dead. So there's this huge debate going on right now about this technology. But I really believe we are at its infancy, like pre-infancy. So, you know, people are postulating about it. I'm kind of on team sliced bread. So, you know, we're going to explore a little bit more in just a second. So I wanted to give you a sense of the interface of ChatGPT. So, and I'll talk through how you get to this, but if you go to the OpenAI website, there's, you can launch ChatGPT and you're supposed to register. And this is what it looks like on the inside. If you see here at the bottom, there's like an open field here. This is where you enter your request or your query. And the good folks at OpenAI have put in some examples or letting you know what it's capable of and also its limitations. And once you're in, you'll see on the left side, these are all of my queries of ChatGPT. You can start a new chat. And so what you see here is a screenshot where I asked it to write a sales letter for a potential client or a target audience about using philosophy for business. So it literally wrote a sales letter for me, and it actually came out pretty good. I mean, I might change some of the wording, but at least it was, you know, it came out with something that I thought was surprisingly good. So just a few tips. As you could see at the top, it says ChatGPT is at capacity right now. And the folks at OpenAI have decided to get cheeky and have ChatGPT explain its own status in a certain style. So at the time that I went to the ChatGPT site and it was busy because millions of people are hitting this right now, it gave me the status of itself in the style of Shakespeare. And that's pretty funny. Sometimes you'll get a limerick, sometimes you'll get hip hop rhymes. They're just trying to bring some levity to a situation where you're not probably able to get access, but there's a trick. So it's busy a lot. You do need to register for it. So if you get a prompt that asks you to sign up, because it will prefer you or prefer a registered user to get access to it versus someone who is not registered. It does hang on to all of your chats. You saw that left navigation that I just had here. So, you know, it's got really good functionality with that. And so here's the trick. What I found is when I try to go access and open ChatGPT on my desktop, I may get a notification that it's busy. However, if I go through it via my phone and I open up the ChatGPT or openai.com and launch ChatGPT from my phone, I have never gotten a, we're busy. So I don't know why that is. But if you're having trouble accessing it, or you're getting this notification that it's at capacity, try on your mobile. It's free for now. So the second you can get into it, make a list of everything you would want it to tell you, everything that you would want it to generate for you, and have it at the ready. The other sort of limitation of it is you can only do 10 queries in 1 hour. So it's not completely unlimited. Again, this is why you might want to, have a list ready or prioritize what you want to ask it. Okay. Kathleen, I'm noticing that there's like 18. Has anybody asked a question yet? I can't see.
We have not, but we're going to take questions in a little bit when you're done. So
okay.
So just like ChatGPT, get your questions queued. And we promise we will not be a capacity when we do the question and answer time.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So you're probably wondering, all right, so there's this technology and it does it does these things, like what's in it for me? How is it relevant for me? Can anybody tell me what that is, what you're looking at?
Take yourself off
What is this?
A blank screen.
Oh,
Ding, ding, ding. Susan gets a gold star. Thank you, Susan. That's right. This is a blank screen. Have we all encountered this before? Whether you're a CEO, a thought leader, a writer, a content creator, manager, anyone who is tasked with creating some sort of output, we have all experienced the blank screen of procrastination, and we've all encountered it. This, to me, is the most important thing that ChatGPT completely obliterates. It is a start. It helps you get past that mental block of starting or getting your idea out. The thing is, it's not the end. It's not meant to mimic you. It's not meant to completely put out a fully formed, thing. Like, you will have to edit it. You will have to work with it. But I don't know. It's really helped me. It's helped me turn days into hours, into minutes. So on the left-hand side, this is how I would normally work. It would take me about 3 hours to do a blog post. It would take me a full day to work on a plan or a strategy. Brainstorming, like, when do I ever get to do that? Hardly really ever happens unless it's in the shower or 3 a.m. in the morning, waking up and like, oh, great idea. Research always feels very ongoing to me, and that's fine. But sometimes I really need to buckle down and actually do some hardcore research. And social, would usually take me a couple of hours, from concepting to writing to creative. With ChatGPT, I have halved that time. It compressed it completely. A blog post maybe takes me an hour or less. Strategies, roadmaps, plans, maybe a couple of hours. Brainstorming actually happens because I can ask ChatGPT questions and it'll come back like, hey, here's some keywords, here's some ideas. Research, if I have a targeted research strategy, done in less than an hour. At least it's giving me a start. Social, it's literally done in a blink of an eye. And if I'm using artificial intelligence for image generation, it's like it takes 2 seconds from, hey, I really want to mention this, or I really want to talk about this. ChatGPT, write me a social post with a killer headline. Okay, it's good, I like it. AI image, done in less than 10 minutes. So I am living in a bootstrapper's paradise. Okay, a little Coolio reference here. I'm dating myself, sorry. But my point is, as a solopreneur and as someone who pretty much, I'm a one-woman show, ChatGPT just became my team. Really, it is helped me get to market faster with my ideas. It's helped me reduce the amount of concepting and thinking that's required for my work. It's helped me refine ideas. It's really an amazing tool. And so I'm living in the bootstrapper's paradise. So you're probably wondering, like, okay, what can this thing do? And I want to just tell you that this is not an exhaustive list, like, at all. There are people who are writing essays. There's a whole situation going on in the educational field where, there's some issues there. ChatGPT is actually taking medical exams and passing them. But what we are talking about in the context of our businesses, of our thought leadership, of anything that it is that we want to write and generate, ChatGPT can help you write articles, social, video scripts, webinar scripts. I asked it to write a webinar script for me, and it gave me a really good outline, a really good start. Marketing plans, promotional ideas, audience research. So if you want to know what is currently on in the hearts and minds of, chief human resources officers, ask ChatGPT. Your positioning, if that's it's helped me articulate my positioning. So if you're a consultant or a coach and you're trying to niche down in any way, ChatGPT can help you. Advertising, the sales letter that I just showed you, ad copy, headlines, newsletter copy. And then there's things you may not know how to do, like ask, if there's templates that you need or outlines for something, email sequences. I'm not very good at email sequences. I've asked it to write an email sequence. And also topical summaries. So here's the deal. You no longer have to be afraid of meeting with someone who has a background that is different than yours. So if I want to have a consultation with an aerospace engineer, I can ask ChatGPT, hey, can you give me a summary of aerospace engineering? And then from there, I can use my background and intersect it with that aerospace engineer topical summary, so that when I have that consultation with a person with that particular background, I can infuse my acumen with what it is that they do and just make that conversation so much more powerful. And then just inspired ideas. If you are interested in just, thinking about things in a different way, or a new angle, or, like, you can ask ChatGPT. And so I just want to also mention that there's a lot of information out there with regards to certain prompts and how you can ask it things, because there's specific ways you can ask it to do things that will get you the output that you need. And we have a very special announcement at the end of this presentation that we will we'll talk more about that. Okay. So this is very important, very, 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 very important. If ChatGPT in its answer to you gives you a statistic, always check, always double check, always check it with a primary resource. If you are stating facts or making claims, or it returns to you a quote or something that is more primary sourced or primary source driven, just double check it. One of the things that is a limitation of ChatGPT is it does get its numbers mixed up, or because it can only pull information from before 2021, you probably may not have the latest set of data or numbers in its output. So just always stat check, fact check. But again, your time has been shrunk so much that you can do that extra refinement. You can do that extra editing because you have the time now to do so. Okay. So we're just sort of in the wrap up portion now of the presentation. As a recap, ChatGPT is a tool. It's a tool. It's not you. It's not meant to recreate you. It's just an enablement tool. It's just to help you get to the next step of whatever it is that you want to do or you want to learn. It helps you write, learn, and clarify your ideas. I'm telling you that blank screen of procrastination is over. It's over. If you need inspiration, it's perfect for that too. And use it to expand your repertoire of knowledge and get to market faster. You all have amazing ideas. And a lot of times we just kind of get hung up in actually executing. I hear a lot of people who are like, I have all these ideas, but I can't execute. Let this help you execute and have fun. There's some really fun things you can do with ChatGPT. So what's next? Make sure that you're registered for today's event because there's going to be a replay that gets sent out. And as I mentioned earlier, we have a little special announcement. On February 9th and the 23rd, we're going to have actually a workshop. It's $25. You can attend both sessions, but you can bring your requests or bring a query, and we will work through it together. And I'll make sure that we have enough resources with open ChatGPTs so that everybody can walk away with an output that helps your business. And I will also include a really good, healthy list from content creators that I've been following who are really using ChatGPT in an amazing and like mind-blowing ways, like things that you could never think about that you're like, that's amazing. I would love to have that for my business. So you will also get like a little workbook or, a takeaway that you can take a look at later and work through how to actually ask ChatGPT certain things and what kinds of things you can do with it. So this is me. This is my email address. I'm on LinkedIn. Like I said, I'm on Team Sliced Bread. And I also have a very special treat for you. A special thank you from ChatGPT itself, written in the style of a poem. So, dear student, meaning you, a note to send with gratitude that knows no end for taking part in the class so grand on ChatGPT with an open hand. Your curiosity and eager mind was such a joy, truly one of a kind. With questions thoughtful and bright, you made the class such a delight. You learned about AI and its ways and the impact it has on these days. The future is now within your reach. So once again, from the bottom of my code, I send this thank you with a heart full of gratitude for being a part of the learning experience and taking the time to let ChatGPT make some sense. Best regards, ChatGPT. And that's a thank you. For being here, also for me and ChatGPT. Okay, can I stop the share now, Kathleen?
Please, Christina, although we wanted to just keep it going. It was so awesome.
Thank you.
So, thank you. So we know you got something. Let's give Christina a round of applause. Come on. Thank you. Really good. Good. So let's take a moment of some Q&A, Christina, and then we'll complete and tell everyone about our upcoming workshop we're going to do. We're going to do 2, which is so great. You can attend both of them, one of them, whichever you prefer. And so we get to actually get ChatGPT to work for us. So it's going to be a working workshop for an hour and a half. So we'll talk more about it. So raise your hand. What questions do you have? Brett, you've come the farthest, I think, friend. You get our award today.
Thanks. I literally walked a few steps into my office and sat down, and the joys of technology. So thanks for having me. Great to see some faces again. Yeah, I don't really have any questions at the moment. I'd love to catch up with Christina and Mark, my friends from the Philosophers Council. It's great to see you guys. But yeah, from my side, I think ChatGPT is definitely that. What Christina's said is it's a tool. It's if we are the painters, it's the paintbrush. So go make beautiful things.
Bravo, beautiful.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you so much, Brett. Great, thank you. Dan Silberberg, I think you have a question.
Yeah, well, Christina, amazing as always. So love to see you, and thanks for putting this. So I went on the computer. I also went on the phone in the browser, and it says at capacity right now, get notified when we're back. Is in the App Store, is there an app?
No. So this is, again, you guys are going to get a replay. I did include the logo for OpenAI.
Right.
OpenAI currently does not have an App Store app. It's browser based only. If you want to experiment with other ChatGPT platforms, that's fine, but it's not, they're not considered like this gold standard from OpenAI. Yeah.
Right, so when you go to the website, openai.com, at the top, it says try GPT. Is that the little link we're supposed to use?
So you click on that. Now, here's another thing that I noticed. Early in the morning, it's usually available. So it's possible that during the day, like working hours, or maybe in the early evening, when people are just kind of playing around or really using it for work, it's probably very busy. So I've been able to access it with no problem at like 6 or 7 o'clock, in the morning or later on in the evening. So that's another thing you can try as well. And the other thing, another tip, once you're in, keep that browser open. Okay. Do not close that tab. Okay. Because once you're in, and you want to, it doesn't usually like boot you out. Okay. So that's another tip.
I was sad to close my browser down today and do a reboot because I had it up for a week, and it was so fun to just get on and just inspiration. I think that we had that question, Christina, is how do you use it for just general inspiration? It was a great question.
So, okay. One of the, I was reading, I was reviewing Aristotle's virtues. One of the virtues is temperance. And I'm just like, okay. So I opened up ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT, what is temperance? Right. And it gave me an answer. And I said, okay, how does temperance relate to sobriety? And it gave me a whole answer. And then I asked it, how does temperance relate to leadership? And it gave me a whole answer. And so what it did was it helped me kind of get more inspired about the different angles of this one concept. The other thing too is you can ask it like I did with that thank you note. How do I write, please write a thank you note in the style of a sea shanty, and it will tell you. And so it's really dependent on what you need inspiration about. For me, that topic of temperance, there's different factors that people would be interested in. And so I was just plugging in what would people be interested in, and it just kept responding. I actually also asked it to write something in the style of me. So if you happen to have a very serious portfolio of work that's online, whether it's your writing, your videos or books or essays, and it's pretty robust, it might actually be able to write something in your tone. I didn't think it was 100% close, but it got kind of close. There were a couple little words and I was like, oh, I do say that. So, you could even do it on yourself. And that could be a kind of an interesting output as well.
Yeah, great. Mark Bounty, jump in, please.
I heard that somebody got ChatGPT to write a passing essay for a bar exam.
Yes.
Or got somebody admitted to med school.
Yes. Yeah. It's completely reshaping how education is going to be done. And you know what? Not in a bad way, because now the focus is on more in person or in classroom interaction and back and forth, and students actually on the fly presenting their ideas based on the material. It's more now education and teachers have to actually be like, oh, how do I actually engage in a dialectic with my students, and not just give them a homework that they can go and use ChatGPT for and then come back and regurgitate it or submit it. So it may actually shake things up in a way that, gives education a return to form.
Right. And I think, we're going to talk about this also during our workshop, which I'll jump on and make an announcement about. That is, it's a tool. That's the way that we have been discussing it, Christine, all along, is it's a tool to be helpful for us. And how can we use this tool for our benefit? And, there's all kinds of implications and impact we don't even really know yet. I've had the great experience to be using Jasper AI for about 6 months. And I love that I don't have to start with a blank page every time I want to do something. It gets me started, and it gets me off the dime when it comes to creating content and getting my thought leadership out there. And so again, as a tool. So great. So let me jump in. Yeah, Dan, please jump in. We're going to finish up here in a moment.
Yeah, I think one of the things, Christina, that's going to be interesting is that for those of us that are thought leaders, our IP matters. And if ChatGPT can go after, the hero factor and go after the mirror and all of these different things that Jeffrey's created or we've created, there's going to be an issue around IP and who owns it and plagiarism. And the other thing that's really cool is a 15-year-old kid has put together an algorithm for universities that will tell the professor if the paper was written by ChatGPT.
Yeah. So Dan, so for part one, I feel that the plagiarism has already existed. ChatGPT is not going to change anything. Somebody can read Jeffrey's book or all of our books and just take those ideas and regurgitate them in a talk and pass it off as their own. So, one way to look at it is it all goes out in the world and it all goes out in the mix. And it's then the onus on us to actually define ourselves more clearly with more clear set, branding, expertise, authority, tone, style, you know, it really puts the onus back on us as thought leaders to continue to evolve our intellectual property and to continue to put out ideas out there that are new and innovative. So that's kind of my opinion on that. And the second thing is good for that 15-year-old. He's going to monetize it. And he's going to be a gajillionaire by the time he's in his 20s. So yay. So the technology is out there that then creates it's like an equal and responsive force back to it. And here we've got a 15-year-old who's used a brain cell to actually be helpful in helping us adapt to this technology that that's now here. It's here. That's it. It's here. Right.
Right on, Christina. Yeah. So I think part of our parting words is how are you going to use this technology, whether it's ChatGPT, Jasper AI, or any of the other ones out there? How are you going to use it to forward your initiatives? Nothing will take the place of people to people, person to person connecting. So that's what we're going to talk about next. So good. And if you enjoyed this, Christina, again, lots of kudos to you. Really great. Really great. Thank you. And so let me just jump back in as we complete our program here, because, you know, we start on time, end on time, and more to come because, and Christina, we had so much fun even just creating this, right? I mean, it was just so exciting to be able to think about how we can use the technology to add value. And so we're going to have, as I mentioned, and Christina mentioned too, 2 different workshops, an hour and a half each, where you can actually we're going to have some setup for you in advance, some cues and some assignments. Bring the real world to this workshop. Bring what you're working on. It's going to be a confidential kind of thing. You know, for those that register, we'll send you out the replay, but bring your life to these workshops. We're also going to do a give back to the marvelous charity called Charity Water. And if you're not familiar with that charity, gorgeous, bringing clean water and wells to people around the world. So we're always involved with the give back as well. So registration information will be coming soon. And of course, you know, every Saturday we have the Women's Success Circle for Saturday morning. We have a different topic every week. It's just awesome. And again, for you in your life, ChatGPT can't recreate the connection that you have with your peeps. So we're always encouraging folks create things that you can invite people to, create communities, create commerce, connection with people. ChatGPT cannot do that. You can. And of course, in 2 more weeks, we get to feature the tremendous esteemed faculty member, Cindy Watson, talking about learning the art of feminine negotiation. Everything is a negotiation. And so you can attend that as well. It's a public event. Registration is up on csuitenetwork.com. And, you know, our council is all about promoting, showcasing, highlighting you. We want to elevate you and help you rise in the world. So whether you know other coaches, consultants, trusted advisors, thought leaders, you would love to have them refer to us, and we will take good care of them. We'll take care of you as well. So let's schedule a one-on-one call on Calendly. I'm so easy to reach as the founder of the network here within our council. Kathleen Caldwell, very easy to connect to time with me. And so just curious, in a word or phrase, what is your biggest takeaway? What's your biggest takeaway as we finish up on time? We finish at 57 at the hour, because 57, the number means new beginnings. Yeah. So curious about your takeaway. Love to get your voice in the room. Thank you, Dan. Continuously. That's right. Very good. Love to hear from some other folks. Biggest takeaway. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Feel free to unmute yourself. Susan, would love to hear you. Of course, Diane.
Yeah, I was going to say getting it on the phone and keeping the tab open.
Right.
So I got it open. It's going to stay open all day.
10 queries an hour. You'll be fine. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Gloria, how about you?
For me, it's just exciting to think about the possibilities with this. So I'm I've got it open now and I'm anxious to dig in. It's going to be fun. And I can see using this, starting out in small ways, having some fun with it, and then look for what's next, because trying to explain the things that we do, it's just, you feel like you hit a brick wall or you have that blank page, and it feels like this will just be fun and energizing. I'm excited. Thank you very much, Kathleen and Christina. It was wonderful.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Good. So Trisha, how about if you take us home, parting words, and then we'll finish up with Christina, your parting words, and we'll complete our program.
Thank you so much, Kathleen and Christina. In terms of parting words, I love the fact that this community comes together and is continuously growing. And this is perfect in terms of our community, our content, our counsel and expertise, and then of course our commerce. How are we monetizing against these opportunities? And when you're talking about splitting times in half and more, that's a lot of time to be working on how we're monetizing against our business model. So thank you so much to both of you for creating this conversation and then the ongoing, learning and growing. And by the way, I'm feeling very, very deprived. I can't get it on my computer or my phone, but I'm going to keep trying on both, and I've submitted on both. So fingers crossed. Thank you so much. Christina, over to you.
Thank you, Trisha. Yeah. Parting words. Christina, what a great program. Super great.
I love you all. That's it. I love you all. And thank you so much for coming and, connect with me. And I look forward to seeing you at the workshop, because I really, really want to help people use this tool and really just expand their business and themselves using this technology that I think is really cool. So that's it.
Thank you. Great.
Christina, thank you for the gift of yourself.
Right on.
Thank you for saying that, Mark. I love you.
Great. Well, folks, thanks for the gift of being here and being so present. You're a gift to us. So with that, have an awesome day. Groundhog Day. Appreciate it today. Lots of love to each of you. We'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye,
I
everyone.
just got in.
Bye-bye. Oh, good. Okay.
Nice, Dan.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Lots of love. Bye-bye.